YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of On the Allotment with me, the Four Seasons Wanderer. Like I said in the last video, this is an experimental seed update. So I'm going to take a look and see, is anything happened? And just to have a general look at it. Also, I'll give you a quick look around the table of the things that I planted. I like my onions and my tomato plants. I've lost my cucumbers. Obviously they went in a bit earlier, I believe. I have another little experiment that I've done that I have in this little pot here. And it was a weird one. I also done an experimental one with a couple of onion sets as well. So we'll have a look at them. And there's another thing as well. I'm going to be doing a video. I've just ordered, it's the first time I've ordered online. I don't normally buy my seeds online or my plants online. But what I've done is I've bought 10 bare root giant strawberry plants. I believe they are called Senga Giganta, I believe. They're supposed to be the size of a large egg stroke apple. Who knows? I've got them anyhow. That's going to be another thing. We're going to get them in the ground, see how we go with them. A couple of things have changed up the allotment. I've managed to get the big raised bed in that we seen, the big circular one. That now has rhubarb in the middle and it's surrounded by smaller strawberry plants. I'm hoping to incorporate the bigger strawberry plants in between the little ones and have a mixture of big fruit and small fruit. We also have red currants that was just being donated to ourselves as well. So when I get a chance to get back up, I mean today it was being really windy, it's been lashing down with rain. I do have my greenhouse to get in out the rain, but it's been non-stop. I was hoping that by this afternoon it was going to kind of hold back a bit so I could get up and get a bit of footage for you so you could see what was going on, but it just wasn't achievable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you off the tripod and I'm going to show you first of all the experimental seeds, the experiment what we did. And if you haven't already seen the video, I'm going to stick up the top here a link to the first video where we planted the seeds off the products that we bought from a shop. So, and if you don't want to watch that, a little background story is that we got some vegetables and some fruit from the supermarket, got the seeds, dried them out, planted them, and then we're obviously seeing what we can achieve by doing that. Okay, so I'm going to show you that first, and then I'll take you around the table and show you the other things that I've got going on, okay? Right then, you can see these are the experimental seeds that we put in, the snack peppers. They've just pushed through. Now, because if you can remember, if you've seen the video, I only planted 6 seeds, 3 and 3. Okay, and any good gardener would know that when you're planting seeds, the actual germination process, you lose a percentage of the seeds that you put in. So I decided to put in extra. And you can see I've actually got them popping up. This was off one single pepper, if you can remember, from the shop. And I'm quite happy with that so far. So that's the update with them. I will keep updating people on how things are going. Are we going to get some fruit off these? Hey, let's just see. You know what I mean? They germinated. That's a good thing. If we go across here, these went in I think a week earlier. And these are actual a pack of seeds, pepper seeds that I got, and obviously we've put them in, and as you can see, we've got a good healthy germination going on there. Okay, we're going to move across now to our tomatoes, and as you can see, these are ready to be repotted already now. But as you can see, the cucumbers, they got to a certain point and died out. To be fair, with cucumbers, what I've read and asking people for advice as well, they have mentioned that you repot them when the first true leaf comes through. Now, these didn't even get to that point. They got to the 2 leaf about 2 inches and flopped. I was talking to a gentleman there at the start of the week and he said they were in too early. So I've learnt my lesson from that. We'll start again with the cucumbers. Going on to these ones, these are the Gardener's Delight tomatoes. And as you can see, these have absolutely flourished. These are already, all these, on the next video you will see these will all be repotted in individual pots instead of in these pods. And we'll take them from there. So, moving on to my onions. Now, these need to be put out. The break in the weather, I'll have these straight out. We're out of the frost period now, I believe. But I think these might go to seed. This is the first time I've done onions. This is my first proper season of getting things started away. But they've shot away. Every single one of them. Apart from one. That little one there. Out of all of them I planted, that little one there is the only one that didn't come. Even the ones in these jelly pots came as well. So, I mentioned at the start of this video that I did other little experiments as well. One of them was to get the onions and to put them in the lid of a egg container with a paper towel, wet them and see if I can get them to germinate in there. Now, you can see some of them are rooting and they may push. I mean, there's one there, a good example. You can see the bottom of it, healthy roots, and it's just starting to push at the top there. Now that's just in paper towel, that's not even in the soil, you know. May it go to seed? I'm not too sure. Moving on to this one. This is what I did just after I did the products from the shop experiment. And basically what I've done is I've obviously ate an apple and I've got the seeds, or the pips should I say, out of the apple. And instead of drying these ones out, what I've done is I've got some paper towel. I've wet the paper towel and I've wrapped the pips in the paper towel. And as you can see, I'll open it up now just so I can have a little look. I don't know if you can see on camera properly, but they've actually started to germinate. So what we're going to do is get that into a pot and get it set away properly as well. So there's another apple. That was from an apple pip. Now, the art of getting the seeds to germinate is that you've got to trick the apple seeds, I believe. They say that putting them in a wet paper towel and sticking them in your fridge for 3 months can make them germinate. But with this, with the weather being cold as it is, I've just done it outside. I've not refrigerated it and it seems to have germinated, so, or at least sprouted a root that I can get in the soil and get it going. So that is the table so far. That's the experiment so far, so I'm well chuffed with that, because the title of the last, or the main thing on the last video was, can you buy products from the shop, harvest the seeds, plant them, and get a yield from it? And so far, yes you can if you do it right. Are we going to get anything off them? Who'll tell? But they germinated, and that's the good thing so far. Okay, that takes us to the end of this episode. And I'd just like to add as well, I'm overwhelmed with how the channel's grown. I started back up YouTube with 63 subscribers. I'm now on 73, I believe. And not only that, my views are starting to steadily roll up. Big massive thank you for everybody that is watching the videos, commenting, even liking. And if you're new, follow the trends, hit the like button, subscribe, keep in touch, because I've got loads of ideas that I want to do. Things like building a shed, other different things, obviously following the experiment side of the channel and whatnot. Not only that, the weather's starting to come better again, and Boris has just announced that we're going to be coming out of lockdown. So the other aspects of my channel, like the history, local history, the metal detecting, things like that, I can get out and I can do now without getting a £200 fine. Which nobody wants. I mean, I've been stuck in the house. I've just been going back and forth to my allotment. I did one video with my close friend who's in my bubble, and that was it. Not only that, I got some good news on Saturday. I'm going to be a dad to a little boy, so that's an exciting time. We did the gender reveal. I'll put a little snippet up now so you can have a look. And it's just really good positive times. Okay, so I want to say thank you for everybody that's tuning in. Thank you for following along, and like I say every time, keep on wondering, stay safe. All the best.